Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now,
we're going to see, though, bro.
Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between our visitors and the Oakland Raiders. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr is set and ready to roll as he leads the Raiders out onto the field. Carr in his 6th season, 28 years of age, former second-round pick back in 2014. And a lot of people feel this is a critical season for Derek Carr as a Raider. Remember, there were whispers that the Raiders might be in the market for a QB in the draft, even contemplated maybe making a run at Kyler Murray, but in the end, they stood pat with Derek Carr, hoping that he's the long-term answer. The numbers for Crowell in last week's game: 19 carries, 113 yards. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Carr going to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make it.
Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone, following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
If I'm hitting with this, bro, I'm definitely hitting niggas with the I am.
The Blitz are still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing,
I am.
normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play.
Bruh.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The other day they told us we've got 3rd and 5 or less. We have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Carr throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. Seven-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 23 yards the pickup there. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter #2 as they've got it with
this shit is
first and
perfect.
10.
They might let her in.
On first down, here's Breida. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
They might, but I don't see
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down, Eckler. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier demanded.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is going to be stopped cold
I can see
behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 on third down. On third down, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back on the field to take over. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you have two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away.
Rush coming in. He's taken down. The former #3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Draw play, Crowell. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Isaiah Crowell, 96 yards, and the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs
Two more,
we're going to
fellas.
see in the NFL.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Try to park.
Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rivers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming
the first sack,
the first turnover.
In a sense, to put...
And the Raiders have got him. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Darr now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Corner specialist Silver, pick a popper and roll.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. You get 7 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And we shift our focus to Isaiah Crowell. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Nah, I was really thinking about that shit too, though.
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man. That is caught. It's Benjamin for the Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot? Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different in that position.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler, his first touchdown on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also some...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So here are the Chargers to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. They started on the ground with Eckler. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. From the 41, Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Breida. About 3 yards there to the 27. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Down right around the 25. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Maurice Hurst with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. You don't see too many conversions on 4th and 10, but we just did there. A gain of 14 and a first down. Here's Breida. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Well, going over some notes in the pregame and looking at Phillip Rivers' record against Oakland, 18-8 all-time against them. And those 18 wins, more than he's had against any other team. And unless these two squads, unlikely, but unless he finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On the draw, Richard. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jalen Richard, 83 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This is Breida. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back now in the East Bay. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Breida. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Josh Morrow on the stop. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 4th touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of Well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablets.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now he dumps this off over the middle. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Come on, bro. God told you we back, bro.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Man open left side. It's Williams. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams, 78 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, it's loose, and the Raiders have it. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the...
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Joey Bosa make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year. They only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And Allen's got it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. 20! How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. Back to throw. Carr. The quick slant. Carr. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. To throw again on second down. Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carrier. His third touchdown now on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Matt Breida in the offense heading back out. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync. Because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets. And you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together. And that's what we're seeing right now.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They run again with Breida. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Rivers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I got some pizza roll, bro.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall.